Are you sick and tired of gambling your hard-earned money on Madden and 2K packs? Well, look no further than my sponsor, MMOEXP, for the cheapest and most reliable Madden and 2K coins on the market. And of course, do not forget to use code Ferdy for 5% off. A link for their website is at the top of the description. What's going on, guys? Today we are once again updating the quarterback tier list. And the previous quarterback tier list wasn't that outdated, but after, season 2, most feared, today's legends drop, a couple team of the week drops, I feel like we kind of need this quarterback tier list. I feel like the meta is kind of changing at quarterback right now. So, yeah, we have some names already on here, have some names moving around. One new name is the 87 Kirk Cousins. We still have Fitzmagic, A tier. I like his fearless. I like his release. I like his consistency a lot. Aaron Rodgers still has that super buttery release. If you don't feel like you're having problems with, under pressures, which you might because we're getting more and more, cheap, discounted under pressure linemen, like, for example, Aiden Hutchinson. If you feel like you're not having that problem with the under pressures with Rodgers, you can definitely still run him. Has the best release in the game. Herbert does get set feet and fearless, but doesn't have the best release. And Mike Vick. So Mike Vick had the second fastest release in the game. According to the numbers, Mike Vick second fastest release in the game. However, with the new title update, and let me know if this happened to any other quarterbacks, but on Mike Vick, they changed his release to Mahomes' release. And I have no idea why they did it. I mean, Vick was fine with the second fastest release in the game. It's not like he had a slow release and they gave him a faster one. They actually just gave him a slower one, which, yeah, I don't know why they did that. So Vick does move down a little bit, but still has the good speed, still does get set feet, stuff like that. So I still do like Mike Vick as an A-tier quarterback. We have Tua here, Gen 3, solid release, does get set feet, doesn't get fearless. We have Bledsoe, who does get set feet, doesn't get fearless. Down here, I mean, all these cards, like Justin Fields to basically Russell Wilson, I view all these cards basically the same. Good speed, solid releases. I think they also do have all the same release as well. They all have Gen 3. So, yeah, all these guys I basically value the same. If you're still using Joe Montana, what are you doing? But, yeah, that's the quarterback tier list. Today, we're going to be adding about 6 new names to it. So, yeah, without further ado, let's just hop into it. Okay, so the first card that we have to talk about today is the 92 overall field pass Josh Allen. And right now, I don't think it's possible to get Josh Allen legit if you are doing, like, some weird glitch. People always find XP glitches. I don't know how they do it. But it feels like the comp guys always just have, the new season 2 or season 3 or season 1 cards, like, immediately, basically, or before everyone else. So I don't know if it is possible to get Josh Allen. I don't think it is. And I do think we are going to be going into somewhat of a quarterback slump because I feel like EA will do a good job at not jumping Josh Allen's card, which they already kind of did today with Culpepper coming out, but we'll talk about that in a little bit. But yeah, he does get good abilities. His abilities are good. Unfortunately, though, he does get set feet. If you like set feet, you can run set feet with any of these abilities. I just like Gunslinger. I like Gunslinger a lot because as someone that does not like set feet in this year's game, I'm excited for Gunslinger, as well as Hot Route Master. Hot Route Master in the right player's hands, being able to add, those deep post routes that can beat man coverage, C routes, corner routes, all the really good man-beating routes that apprentices give you. You have that on all the receivers, so I feel like Hot Route Master, as well as Route Tech, is just going to kill the man coverage meta that we are currently in. The zero blitz, man coverage, no adjust meta that we're in. So hopefully Hot Route is the start of that, but I feel like EA is not going to jump the Josh Allen card. But they kind of did that today, though. But, Culpepper does not get Gunslinger, obviously. And also, Culpepper cannot get both set feet and fearless, but does get 1 AP fearless, which is really good. But like I said, we'll go into Culpepper in a little bit. As far as the stats go and the release, Josh Allen has a solid release this year, has his own unique release this year. Same with like a guy like Herbert or even Lamar. Even Lamar, I think, has his own release this year, too. But, yeah, 86 speed, 91 acceleration, crazy throw power. The accuracy stats are a little bit lower than what you'd expect on, I feel like, a season 2 champion or master, or whatever you want to call it. But yeah, the carrying's there, and also does have a what's his trucking? 87 trucking. So that doesn't really matter that much. But Josh Allen, as long as by the time we're able to get our hands on this card, he's not like completely passed up. Which again, it's a good chance that he is if if EA gives a quarterback Gunslinger or Hot Route for cheaper AP wise, and also has better accuracy. But it's gonna be hard to get that speed and Gunslinger combo that Josh Allen has. But with all that being said, I still do think Josh Allen is S tier. Yes, we cannot get him yet, but hopefully whenever we can get our hands on him, he will not be passed up by that much. So next man up is the Hispanic Heritage Jim Plunkett. And people are probably running this card because he is a Raider. So you might see some of Jim Plunkett out there. His release, he does have the Bledsoe release. And this card, I know he's like stat-wise, if we compare the two, he's not really Bledsoe. He's just not Bledsoe. But it's only like 1 or 2. The medium accuracy is a problem, and same with the deep accuracy. But the same release, if you don't, need set feet, maybe you could see an argument for Plunkett. But I like Plunkett because he does get Fearless, which is a good ability. And under pressures are kind of becoming a problem. And to completely, make under pressures irrelevant, just run Fearless. And a lot more quarterbacks are starting to get it. So Fearless isn't bad with a solid release, solid passing stats. I mean, for a free card, he is a really good option. I think without question, Plunkett is going to be a low A tier. I think stat-wise, you got to have Bledsoe over him. But if you don't need set feet or want set feet, you could definitely argue Plunkett because you're getting Fearless that Drew Bledsoe simply just does not get. So next up, we have the 91 overall Russell Wilson. 86 speed with the acceleration to match, 5'11", 215 pounds. Good accuracy stats across the board, 91 throw power, 91 deep, 91 throw on the run, good throw under pressure. Even as a ball carrier, I wish the carrying was a little bit higher, but still not bad. This is going to be a solid card. Can move around a little bit, good in the pocket. And if we head down here, a price tag, it's gone up a little bit. If you bought him for that price, if you have either a Broncos or a Seahawks team, big W. If you're still holding off, his price should continue to fall with more and more quarterbacks that we get. But I like Russ because you get the choice between Fearless and set feet depending on what you prefer. So, yeah, I mean, he does have the Gen 3 release, and Gen 3 does have some problems, I would say, in the deeper game. Like, it's not as good as it was last year, but I feel like Gen 3 kind of had... I mean, Gen 3's windup actually wasn't bad last year, and had a good throw on the run. So that's why we liked Gen 3 last year. Not only was it fast, there's more variety in releases, more unique releases this year, so there's not going to be as much of a value on Gen 3 because... First of all, throwing the runs isn't really in the game anymore. You really just can't do it consistently like you were able to. So Gen 3 is still good, and I like Russ's abilities and his stats. So I still think he's going to be a top tier quarterback, obviously. But, usually, a Gen 3 quarterback with those kind of stats and abilities would be probably like a low S tier. But I'm going to kind of throw him with Fitzmagic. He seems like a Fitzmagic that can move around a little bit. If we look at Fitzmagic, for example, let's pull up that card real quick. Go to the abilities. He does get, his special X factor or whatever. But, yeah, I mean, the Fearless set feet choice is a little bit more expensive AP-wise. So I would definitely go Russ over Fitzmagic. The price tag, is pretty convincing towards Fitzmagic. But if we compare the two, you'll see that Russ also just has better stats, too. So, yeah, both Gen 3, both guys can get Fearless and set feet. Not together, but you do have the choice. So I'm going to go Russ in that scenario. I definitely am. Because the slightly better speed and the better accuracy stats. So now we have the full 91 overall LTD record breaker Lamar Jackson. 90 speed, 90 acceleration, the accuracy stats. Still, the short is good, the mid is okay, the deep accuracy, it is what it is. And kind of the same thing I said with the 87 Lamar. His release is really good short to mid. I like it a lot. It's that deep release, but again, you're not getting that opportunity a lot in this game. You're really, really not. So I'm not gonna knock a long range release like, I may have in years past because you're not taking that many deep shots. But good throw on the run. If we head down here to the abilities, human joystick, probably not worth running, but does get set feet, and that's a pretty good ability if you like that. Obviously, if you're a set feet guy. If this card got Fearless, I would probably have him at number 1. I still think Lamar is S tier because of the speed. His short to mid release is really nice. Accuracy stats look good. Throw under pressure looks good. As a ball carrier, really nice as well. Obviously, this card's going to be even more dominant in, Ravens, Cardinals books like that. Books that have read options, and you can also pass at a high level too. So we're going to throw Lamar Jackson right up here behind Josh Allen. But honestly, you might be able to argue Lamar. I might actually put Lamar in A tier. Just because I feel like Josh Allen and today's Culpepper card are just at a different level as far as abilities go. And having that speed, having the accuracy, having the throw power kind of before their time, even though Culpepper is available for people to actually get. But I'm going to put Lamar actually at A tier. I considered him putting him at S tier with those two guys, but I don't think he should be there. Okay, so finally, last but not least, we have the 92 overall Dante Culpepper. And there was a lot of back and forth. I had Josh Allen at 1, I had Culpepper at 1, and I looked again. I don't know. trying to decide. Drop a comment down below who you think is the better quarterback, or who is going to be the quarterback, I guess, once all the smoke clears and we're able to get, Josh Allen. Or if we were able to get Josh Allen right now, who would be better? If you had the choice between the two, who were you taking? Drop a comment down below. But yeah, if I would, this is what I'm thinking right here. So if I blocked off who this card was, if I just showed you the stats, I'm sure you'd guess Josh Allen was this card. I'm sure you would. I mean, these stats are Josh Allen-like. The throw power, the accuracy stats look Josh Allen-esque. And the most importantly, the trucking looks Josh Allen-like. So this card is pretty similar to how Josh Allen's going to play. Culpepper also does have a traditional release. I know people do just prefer slinger releases. I don't blame them. Traditional 4 does kind of fall into this, his number 6 range. I watched some gameplay today. His short to mid release does look pretty good. But a lot of quarterbacks is kind of similar in that short to mid range. Unless you have a guy like Herbert, that releases, you can definitely feel the difference there. But, yeah, if we go into the ability. So, if you don't power up Culpepper, he's not that special. 5 AP fearless, quick draw, set feet, all that kind of stuff. So, he's not that special if the card isn't powered up. However, the card powered up does kind of turn to a monster because he does get 1 AP fearless. Unfortunately, he cannot get set feet and fearless. If he was able to get that, I think he would be clear-cut number 1. That's why I think there is still a debate. Because, yeah, Josh Allen, I don't know. I mean, Josh Allen is able to get it. Fearless set feet, 7 AP, even hot route set feet. So, hot route is, hot route's good, though. In Gunslinger, we don't really, when we know what it is, this year it's not the same. It's not as good as it has been in years past. So, people are going to see that 1 AP Gunslinger and think, it's crazy. How is Gunslinger cheaper than, set feet on a lot of these guys? Because Gunslinger only speeds up the release. I think I'm going to be a Gunslinger guy because, like I said, and like I've been saying in these videos, I don't like set feet. I think it makes me a worse passer. So hopefully Gunslinger will be that ability for me. It's kind of like, quick draw on every single throw. But I don't know. I really don't know. And even if we compare the two cards, it's close, man. It really is close. That 1 AP Fearless, though, does speak to me. The 1 AP Fearless is the thing that I like a lot about Culpepper. But Josh Allen's Gunslinger, I don't know. I don't know who I'm taking. But for now, I'm going to make them 1A, 1B. They're very similar play styles. Very, 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 very similar play styles. So it does come down to what you prefer. Especially if you aren't, a set feed guy, I think you would like Culpepper a lot. But yeah, I don't know. I think I'm really torn. Usually I have a pretty good idea on what quarterbacks I like compared to others. But this one, I'm honestly lost. So you drop a comment down below. Who do you guys think the best quarterback is currently here in Madden 23? Our top 5 today, Josh Allen or Culpepper. We have Lamar Jackson, Russell Wilson, and of course, I would say Fitzmagic, Rodgers. If you want Fear, I don't know. That's kind of a tough one too. I feel like people kind of sleep on Fitzmagic. I feel like he does get slept on a little bit. That card's definitely still like that. But yeah, as always, I will see you boys in the next one.